Good morning. This is Pastor Zach with the Goodland United Methodist Church with your morning devotion for Thursday, September 14th. Today we're looking at another Bible favorite, the story of Moses and the burning bush. While tending his father-in-law Jethro's sheep in the land of Midian, Moses saw a baffling sight. A bush was on fire, but it did not burn up. Moses went over to the burning bush to investigate, and the voice of God called out to him. God explained that he had seen how miserable his chosen people, the Hebrews, were in Egypt, where they had been held as slaves. God had come down from heaven to rescue them. He picked Moses to carry out that task. Moses was understandably terrified. He told God that he was not capable of such an undertaking. God assured Moses that he would be with him. At that point, Moses asked God his name, so he could tell the Israelites who had sent him. And God replied, "I am who I am." That is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation. Then God revealed that he had performed miracles to force the rulers of Egypt to let the enslaved Israelites go. To show his power, the Lord turned Moses' staff into a snake, and then back into a staff, and made Moses' hand white with leprosy, and then healed it. God instructed Moses to use those signs to prove to the Hebrews that God truly was with Moses. Still afraid, Moses complained that he could not speak well. He said, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." The Lord said to him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." God was angry with Moses' lack of faith, but promised Moses that his brother Aaron would join him and speak for him. Moses would tell Aaron what to say. After saying goodbye to his father-in-law, Moses met Aaron in the desert. Together they went back to Goshen in Egypt, where the Jews were slaves. Aaron explained to the elders how God was going to free the people, and Moses showed them the signs. Overcome that the Lord had heard their prayers and seen their affliction, the elders bowed down and worshiped God. God uses that burning bush to get Moses' attention. He chose this shepherd to lead Israel out of their bondage. He chose an unlikely character, Moses, who himself says he was slow of speech and tongue, was not eloquent, was not able to get the crowd going, but God saw something in him. God would make sure that he had what he needed, that he was not to be afraid, that God would always be with him. I think often we feel that way in our own lives, that we're inadequate to do what we may need to do for God. We feel that it can't possibly be us, that someone would be better suited. Yet for some reason, there's still an inkling for us to speak out or lead in some way. Remember that God will always bless those that he calls. That God doesn't just pick out of the people who have the natural skills, but God picks the people who will have the biggest impact in some of the most unconventional ways. Just like Moses at that moment of the burning bush and for the years to come. Have a blessed day.